Hey, thanks for joining me on Quick Business Tips. I have a little bit of laryngitis today, but I did not want to miss a week because today we are talking about one of the most powerful tools in your marketing toolbox, and that is the email nurture campaign. So first of all, we're going to talk about why are we using email? Your email list is one of the spaces that you actually own. Instagram, LinkedIn, every social media, whether you're posting or sending DMs, you rent that space, but you own your website and your email address. So today we are not just going to talk about any email, we are talking about nurture campaigns that are created to turn lukewarm leads into red hot buyers. So let me tell you a quick story about Sarah. She runs an interior design company and she was struggling to convert leads from her website into sales. Now, Sarah was a lot like a lot of entrepreneurs, and she would take her email database and she would send out the occasional, hey, just wanted to remind you that we're around, or we're having a sale, or an open house this weekend. Um, and that email strategy just wasn't working for her. So we helped Sarah switch gears and we designed and implemented a nurture campaign that offered real value to her potential clients. This value included tips on home decor, behind the scenes look at some of the interior design projects she was working on, and tricks that Sarah uses to make a room feel really high end without breaking the bank. The result? Well, her sales skyrocketed. And if you're wondering why, it's because we designed this email campaign so that each step or each email was a step on the journey that was taking these very lukewarm, sometimes cold leads and guiding them along the path to trust Sarah more. So, how can you replicate Sarah's success? Here are four keys every nurture campaign that you should be including in your strategy. First, you want to segment your audience because not everyone that's in your database is the same. By segmenting into people who are interested in certain topics or further along their journey with you, you are better able to custom tailor your messages so that they resonate with each segment and the subscribers in them. And that's going to help increase your ROI on these email campaigns. The second key is that you need to provide value, not just sales pitches. So think about what your audience really needs to hear. What problem keeps them up at night that they are looking to you to solve? And it's a problem that they want to solve right now, not one that they've been struggling with for years and years and years, and it's just become a chronic pain and they've learned to deal with it. It's this acute pain that they want to fix right now. And if you focus on that and stop focusing on what you want to sell them, the return on your investment is going to get much higher. Another way that you can provide value is by providing educational content, insider tips, and personal stories about client wins that your reader can relate to. These are the emails that are likely to get opened and to get you some engagement. The third tip is to stay consistent. Setting expectations for how often you're going to be in touch with your audience and sticking with it is the key to success. Now, you can talk to your database as often as once a week or as little as twice a month, but I wouldn't recommend letting emails go out less than twice a month. Because let's say you're just reaching out to them once a month because you don't want to be a bother. Um, that's a really long time and it's easy to forget about you. So keep showing up in their inbox. And when you are providing valuable content to them that really resonates with where they are and what they want to solve, they're not going to be annoyed that your emails keep showing up. They're actually going to be excited about seeing them there. And the final key is don't forget to include a call to action. Every email should have a purpose. Now, this may not always be buy now or schedule a consultation, but you need to ask yourself, what do I want my reader to do when they're doing this? Now, in Sarah's example, she was able to say, go look at your living room and see where you can add a pop of color or something along those lines for a fun call to action that engaged her audience and made them take that next step into wanting to engage her in her services. Whatever you choose your call to action to be, make sure it's clear, easy to follow, and that it aligns with the content in the email that you're sending. I have a really quick story that I want to tell you about Tom. Tom sells handmade furniture. And in his nurture campaign, he shares the story behind each piece of furniture that he creates, from how he selects the wood to how he goes about crafting the furniture. And he even shares stories about how his clients style a piece of his furniture in their home. Each email feels like you're just walking along with Tom as he does his business, and it allows his customers to see that they're not just buying furniture when they buy from Tom, they're actually buying a piece of art that he pours his heart and soul into. And when we helped him implement this very strategic sales campaign, his sales doubled and the engagement that he received from sending these emails out was mind blowing. So, why are email nurture campaigns going to be your new best friend? Well, we live in a world where we're bombarded with information and advertising every single day. So, your email is able to be a personal invitation to your audience saying, I understand what you need and I am here to help. And that's going to set you apart from all of the other messages that are out there. A well-crafted nurture campaign is not just a bunch of emails. It's a strategically designed series that guides your reader through a relationship building process with you. And during this process, they not only get to know you better, they learn to trust you more, and it brings them closer to your ultimate goal, which is getting them to work with you. So let's go back to Sarah's story for just a minute. Her first email in her nurture campaign was really the key to her success. It wasn't a sales pitch at all. It was a beautifully designed ebook titled Five Design Mistakes You Don't Know You're Making. It provided so much value to her readers and it positioned Sarah as an expert in her field. Every email that she sent after that initial ebook was built on the information that was conveyed in the ebook. And the final email in the sequence offered that free consultation. Her audience felt cared for, understood, and they were ready to engage with her. So here's what I want you to think about. What's an email that you received recently that made you feel valued? And what made that email stand out to you? Use that information to help you create even better email campaigns for your clients. And if you really want to leave an impression with your emails, try telling stories. People absolutely love stories. They're easier for them to remember, and it helps them relate to your customers. So when you create a sequence that tells a story over several emails, ending with a compelling call to action, this is going to completely ramp up your engagement rate and increase your sales. And this can be a success story about one of your clients, or if you are selling a physical product, this can even be a peek behind the curtain into how you create the product yourself. Another way to leave a powerful impression is by leveraging what we call social proof. So if you include your customer testimonials in your emails, your readers will start picturing what their lives could look like if they worked with you because they're going to relate to the testimonials that your clients are telling. Let me tell you really quick about Alex. He runs an online coaching business and he was struggling with really low engagement rates. We introduced an email sequence where each email addressed a common objection to hiring a coach, ending with a powerful client testimonial. Now, not only did his engagement rates go way up, but he booked his consultations by he increased consultations that he booked by 40%, which is a huge bump from just one email sequence. So take a moment and think about the last email campaign that you sent out. Were you using storytelling? Were you offering value? Did it address your audience's needs or concerns? Or was it all about you and asking them to have enough confidence in you to give you money? It's never too late to tweak and improve. I am constantly going back and looking at my email sequences, even when they are getting an amazing response rate, there's always a way to make them better. So take the tips that we outlined today and create a campaign for your customers that really gets results for your business. Now, if you are inspired to revamp your email strategy, but you're really not sure where to start, I would love for you to schedule a call with me, and together we can create an email campaign that will become one of your most valuable marketing assets. Thanks for bearing with me today and my laryngitis and for joining me for this week's quick business tip. Again, I'm Jennifer with Limitless Impact Agency. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And until next time, keep crafting emails that not only get opened, but get remembered.